Is it just me, or is it maybe for some of you lot that are used to this? I say this, they're used to hot weather, you live in a hot country, but when it's summertime here and the weather is, my energy levels just go. There's some things that you notice as you get older. Two things that I've noticed as I've got older. One, I can't fit as much in the belly as I used to. I used to be able to eat and eat and eat. Now I have 2 chips and I'm full up. I have to lay down. But also, summertime, I can't deal with it. It's bloody too hot, and when I'm hot, no energy. I'm just hot all the time. 2, 3, 4 years ago, it's been 30, I think it was 29.6 or something degrees today. Wouldn't have bothered me at all. But today, nothing. Anyway, somebody pointed out, a good old Bo pointed out, that in my parts box was a handle for this Savage X. Now this, I haven't got a handle for it. The little handle that goes there. I've got the wheels, but I didn't have a handle, and I was going to buy a handle. This HPI Savage 25 could be yours. It's a limited edition one. It's got Hobeo wheels with good tyres. You've all seen the videos of it, and it could be yours. For as little as £5, you could buy a ticket and you could win it with 1 ticket. Or you could spend more than £5, get more tickets and win it then. It was for sale because it was part of that video series where I was going to list all the costs and see how much money I make. But so many people were getting hold of me and saying, I'd love to buy it but I can't afford it, or can you hold it for me because I've got to wait for payday. So I thought to myself, right, let's make everybody happy. Let's make as many people happy as I possibly can. Obviously only one person's going to be happy that wins it, but at least you've all got a chance, because most people can afford £5. And for 1 week, you'll be able to buy 2 tickets and get 1 for free. If you buy 10 tickets, you'll get 5 tickets for free for the first week of this raffle. The raffle is going to last for 3 weeks. There you go. The postage is open to the UK mainland. You can enter if you're anywhere else in the world, but postage won't be free. That will be subject to negotiation between you and me after you've won. If you want to win it, it could be yours for as little as £5. Or as much as you want to spend. You all know the story. It's got the original 25 engine in it. It's got all the upgrades that the limited edition had from new. It's got radio gear. All you need is a battery, some nitro, and away you go. Happy days. But he said, in your parts box you've got a handle. And I said, have I now? I didn't know, so I had a look. And it's this. This is the only thing I could find that resembles a handle. Now this is probably for a Savage X. I don't think it's from that Savage X, because I had this way before. Well, I know for a fact it's not from that Savage X. What am I talking about? It's from a completely different one. Minions running around out there. I thought it was a ghost for a moment. Anyway, this is for a Savage X or some other Savage that has this little roll. It's like a little roll thing that goes around the engine, and it's got the handle built in. Now I can, if I wanted to, there's a bolt that goes through the middle there, and I can undo that, and this little engine roll cagey bit comes off, and it's just the handle on its own. So I might put the whole lot on. Let's have a look and see how it looks, and if it looks okay with the whole lot, I'll keep it on. If not, I'm going to take it off and just have the handle. Saves me a few pounds anyway. Oh mate, I'll tell you something. I don't feel like I'm 30 something. I feel like I'm bloody 80 something today. It's been a funny old day. Anyway, let's get this air filter off of here, because this air filter ain't staying on here, old son of Jim. Oh, it's not staying on there. This is my hobo filter. It goes on Hold on, I'm being called by a minion. 2 seconds. No, I wasn't being called at all. It turns out I was just hearing stuff. Something else that happens when you get old. I'm not old at all. Nowhere near old. In fact, I'm young. But it's just been one of them days, I suppose, where you just think to yourself, golly gosh, what's going on, son of Jim? I'll tell you what, Martha was about, and she said, my giddy on. I said, what's that, Martha? What's the trouble? And she said, I can't believe it. I said, what can't you believe? What's the trouble? What's the matter? What can't you believe? And she said, I was walking down the road and I saw 4 white doves. I said, you didn't, did you, Martha? And she said, I did. And then as quick as a flash, as quick as she appeared, she vanished again. And I said, well, that was pretty strange. So, the last... Oh, I need to put a new glow plug in this. I need to put a new glow plug in it. Because the last time I had this out and about, it ran extremely well. In fact, it was, I would say, it was minty perfect. The gear changing was incredible. Second gear's just in the right place. I like a little bit of an early shift. That's just the way I like things. A little bit of an early shift. Some people like them to shift late. They like to go right through the rev range. I don't. I like to change early. And it sounds a nuts when it changes early because it's still quite low down in that torque range on that engine. And it just kind of goes, wee boop, and off it goes. Anyway, that was perfect. But towards the end of the run, the old glow plug decided it didn't want to work anymore, so that was a bit of a problem, but that's alright. There's not a lot else to do to this truck now. I need to get a shell for it. Oh, the suspension's actually fine, there's nothing wrong with that suspension. There's oil in it. I think it's just very thin oil. If you think I'm going to be going into that suspension to try and find out what oil's in it, or if you've got another thing coming, because I'm perfectly happy with it. And if you're not, well then that's your problem, because it's, you know, it's nothing to do with me. So these come out like that, and so does that, and this goes up, that goes on there like that, that goes on there like that, that then goes down there like that, and then we all have a very nice happy time. Now thing is, is the shell going to be too low? We may have to make a little adjustment to that body post. Have I put that round the wrong way? I bet I've put it. I've got no shell to test it with. I think that's meant to go. Oh, I don't know. I don't know, and at the moment I simply don't care. So, yeah, I think that's alright, anyway. We'll leave it on. I like them without it because I like the engine protruding a bit, but I don't mind them with it. So we'll keep it on. Maybe later on I might end up taking it off and just having the handle on its own. But well spotted, Mr. Bow, because I hadn't realised. The funny thing is, I knew full well that this whole assembly was in that parts box, because every time I go in that parts box, the bloody thing was in the way. But I hadn't thought to myself, oh, that's exactly what I need. So I didn't really realise. So well done there, Mr. Bow, for telling me that. I wouldn't have bought one yet because I was going to check to see if I had one before I was going to buy one. But nevertheless, it saved me about £7. Anyway, I'm just going to finish putting this on and we'll have a look. Right, there we go. Last little thing to do is now I need to find a little grub screw for this. Now I might nick this again and put it on my Savage SS, because this little mount for the exhaust is better than the one I've got on the SS, but I don't know, we'll see how that goes. So now I've actually got a handle and I can actually lift it up and down, and I'm bloody happy with that, because I just love being able to just do that. That's fantastic. I prefer the metal handles that are on the older Savages, but that's okay. We go with these plastic ones, that's perfectly fine. Now, there isn't much else to do. I need to try and fabricate a way to put that antenna a bit better. Let's have a little rummage, see if I can find a shell for it. So, I've had a rummage around. These are all the shells that I've got spare. And I don't think there's many Savages, to be fair. That's not Savage. That's not Savage, that's not Savage. Right, so there's put all these ones back. There's two Savages. That Savage and that Savage. That's a Savage shell. That was on my 21 for quite some time. It's taken a little bit of a beating, to say the least, but I quite like it. Let's have a look. Oh yes, that really does set it off actually. I like that. That has, it's taken a bit of a beating over the years, this shell. It was on my 21. There's not a lot. Well, I like that though. I love this look. Look at all them scratches and dents. That is fantastic. I might have to stick this back body post up and that's just so it fits. But that is perfect. That's exactly what I want. The other option is this one. I don't really know what that is. Let's move that there, put that there. I don't know if it's going to fit, to be fair, because there's the front body. There it is. There's the front. I might need to go. I might have some extended body posts in the parts box. I know I've definitely got a load of body posts. So I might have some extended ones, but I'm pretty. Well, it might fit. I might be able to raise these ones up high enough that it will fit. Let me see if I can. I tell you what, that ain't all that bad really. The downside of this one is though that I can't start. Well, can I? I can get the rotor starting there probably just about. If it was a pull start, I wouldn't be able to start it from the outside without the shell, with the shell on, that is. But I don't know. I quite like that. In fact, I quite like both of them. I want you to comment. Leave in the comments which shell do you prefer, this one or that one on it. I like this one because of how rough it is, but then I quite like the look of this one, to be fair. Very nice. Anyway, comment which one you like, please. Thank you very much. Let's have a look at this Savage SS then. Now I've got a special one. I haven't got a special one I'm chatting about. I've got a metal spur gear that I'm hoping will fit on this Savage. It's a 47 tooth. I'm hoping it'll fit. It should fit. There's no reason why it won't. It'll a funny shape, but should be alright, because I've been meaning to put it on here for quite some time. Now the last time I drove this, I can't for the life of me remember what happened. Something happened. Something went wrong, and I can't remember what it was, to be honest. So, what was it? I think I can remember. I think I can remember what happened. Did the throttle servo go funny? I can't remember if the throttle servo went a bit dicky. Something happened to it, didn't it? Anyway, doesn't matter. Let's sometimes that engine seizes up a little bit. You have to unseize it. Right, let's do whatever I was going to do. Put the metal spur gear on. That's what I was going to do. Oh, has it already got a metal one on it? Has it already got a metal one on it? It might already have a metal one on it, you know. My golly gosh. Look at this, ready? A magnet. That's already got one on it, though. I didn't even realise. Alright, so I haven't got to do that then. Oh well. Maybe this one can go on something else. Perhaps it'll go on the Savage 21. I don't think that's got a metal spur on it. Well, got this parcel come through the post today. Got an inkling of what it is. I think it should be a gearbox. Another little note, look. Hey, here is the gearbox we spoke about. Second gear. Hope this helps. Tell Johnny Boy no eat in the second gear. From channel member. Oh, from channel member. That's a funny name, isn't it? Channel member. Yeah. I don't think I've ever come across anyone with that name, channel member. That being said, if you want to be a member of this channel, you just have to press the join button next to the subscribe button, or you could just press both, or just subscribe, or just join, whichever one. And that way, you help me out and you get to see every single video. And if you are a member, you get little perks. Anyway, this is a gearbox because channel member swapped a car with me and it didn't have, well, it's a Savage. There's a whole video on that actually. It's quite funny. I went out and test drove it And I'm going around and I'm going, oh, it's not changing gear. I don't know why it's not changing gear. I'll have to have a look at the gears. And when I went to adjust the blooming gearbox, I took off the little cover and I went, hey, there's no gear in there. Literally, it's only got first gear like in it. Someone's taken out the second gear. And yeah, so channel member is a very kind person. They might have a strange name, but they've said to me, look, I've got a gearbox which is all complete with second gear in it. I'll send that to you as well, because I didn't realise that it didn't have second gear in the box that was in that Savage. So I said, if that's what you want to do, happy days, I appreciate that, thank you very much. And this is it, this is what I've got, so I'll fit that at some point. It's gone around the old gone around in the same circle again, and now some of you want to see a little bit of, well, a little bit of these. So let's get these off the shelf. Really, they shouldn't be on the shelf like that, but let's get them off and have a look, see what they're all about, shall we? So we got not one, but two drift cars. This one's got a little bit more of a story to it. It was this one is a HPI, bloody hell, what is it? I can't remember now. It's I think it's a Mavic. Is it Mavic or Maverick? I don't know what bloody hell it is. I bought it in 2009, either 9 or 10, from the most local RC shop that I probably ever had, Heath's RC Models, who shut down probably about 10 years ago. I can't remember exactly, but I think about 2015 they actually shut for good, which was a shame because they were there for quite some time and they were a bloody good RC shop. I'd always go there. I got the K4.6 for the Savage 21. I got that in there. I get all my fuel from there, because the other shop that I used to go to, JD Models, that shut down. Then I found Heath, or there's another one, Sean's Models, but that wasn't really a model shop. I don't know what that was. That was just a load of rubbish in there, motorbikes and all sorts, but none of it was any good. It was about quantity, not quality, that one, so that one shut. And then Heath's was the next one that I found and kept going to. Lovely bloke, Lee Heath, and his dad. I think, you know, I don't know why they shut, but they did. But that was a good shop. Anyway, I bought this whole car from there, and I wanted the drift car. But they didn't have a drift car, they had the touring car version. The drift car had the locked up diff, the touring car didn't. And I wanted it there and then. I was in the shop and I said, look, I want a car now. I want a drift car now, because I want to go and do some drifting. I've got some friends who've built drift cars and I want one, but I want a ready to run car. He said, well, we've got the touring car version and I'll sell you some drift wheels as well to go with it, and then you got a drift car. I said, great. So that's what I've done. And we used to go up to the multi-story car parks and drift these cars all around. I might go back to the same multi-story car park. I've been planning to for bloody donkey's years. That multi-story car park's the nuts. I think it's got like 10 floors, and it's got this like really slippery, screeded floor. It's the nuts, really good for drifting. It's like painted floor. And if you go there in the evening, there's no cars around, and it's great. I keep planning on going back there, but life's a lot different now to what it was back then. Back then, I only had me to think about. I could go out there all evening and didn't have to think about nothing else. These days, I've got children and wives and all sorts to think about. So, yeah. But I keep planning on going back there and having a little bit of a drift session. The other thing was, back before Grumpy Bollocks next door moved in, the old neighbours that were there, they used to let me use the whole driveway, because the driveway is shared. It got my half and then their half. I used to use the whole drive, and they used to come out and have a little laugh with me about it. Not about it, but, you know, oh, that's pretty cool. And they'd put the deck chairs out and sit, and we'd have a little bit of a drift track go on. I'd put things out like little cones and bottles of oil and stuff as obstacles, and we'd go drifting around the whole driveway. Can't do that now because the Grumpy Bollocks has moved in next door, and he doesn't like any type of fun. He's all about no fun and all just be extremely serious. So this hasn't really had any action now, probably. I haven't even used this probably for at least 6 years now. But there it is. That's what it's still got, the original motor in it. Still got the original ESC, the original transmitter, receiver, servo. I've got several different wheels for it, they're all up there. I did put on this little kit of, I don't know what you call it, but it's for the shell. So it's got Velcro. I did have magnets as well. I don't know why I got rid of the magnets. No, it's that one's magnet. That's it. This one's Velcro. And that's the shell that I've ended up with. The original Mavic shell, I smashed it up a bit. Smithereens it went to. So now I've got this shell on it. I've got all the light buckets and that there. They fell out and I keep meaning to put them back in, but I haven't done for quite some time. So what bloody hell's the matter with this? There it is. Yeah. And Garage R, that was a little company that a friend of mine at the time, I don't know what's happened to him, another person that's just disappeared into the ethos. I don't really know what's happened to, I've even forgotten his name now, but he was a chap that I used to go out drifting with, and he was proper into like his RC cars, and he wanted to make like a little, I think he wanted to make like a little brand or something, I don't really know. And he had these stickers made up and everything, and I said, give me a bunch of stickers, look, give me a load of stickers, I'll stick them on everything. So I stuck Garage R stickers on all my cars at that time to try and advertise his little business or whatever it was he was trying to do. Disappeared into the ethos. One day he was there, next day not there. I ain't got a clue. I just don't know. That's what people tend to do in my life. One day they're there, then the next day it's just not there anymore, you know. Ring them, phone them, text them, no one answers. So I just think, oh, people just disappear like mad. Anyway, so that's that. That's got quite a lot of history to that car. That's probably, yeah, back in the day, that had a lot of use on it, man. And these are the original wheels that I did buy from Heath's RC Models. Such a shame when that shop closed, I tell you, because that was a bloody good shop. Anyway, this car, let's put that one aside. And this one is I don't know, a long time ago now, a subscriber decided he wanted to send me, he said, I've got this whole one complete car and one car which is in bits that I don't really want anymore. You can have it, I'll send it to you. So he sent me this, don't know if that shell came with it, I can't remember if the shell come with it, but this is now a drift car. It's got magnet. Oh, what did I have magnets? Where's the magnets? Oh, the magnets have stuck. The magnets have stuck to there, so they're no longer stuck to the inside of the shell, which is fine by me. I'm missing one by the look of it. Huh, well, that's no good, is it? Oh well. So I don't know what it is. I think it's a Chinese one. I've seen very similar ones on specific Chinese websites. But I put in the servo, I put in the... oh, it's got a Futaba in it. Happy days! I didn't even realise it had a Futaba in it. Oh, I think this is the one that I was having trouble binding, wasn't it? Yeah, I was having trouble binding this receiver to my transmitter. Oh well, it's got a Hobby Wing motor in it, Hobby Wing ESC, belt driven, 4-wheel drive obviously, don't know what it is, very light actually. Well actually I don't know if it's lighter than that one, I'm not really sure. It's not very well balanced because all the weight's on this side, but never mind. Yeah, just a very nice drift car. Not had a lot of action outside. This was one of the ones that I used to use on the drift track that would make out on the driveway there. It was great because it used to go round this part here, which is fatter, right up through the centre of both of the bungalows, out onto the road, down the curb, round, up again, straight down. There was straight, drift around, round. Yeah, it was really good back then. But saying can't do that kind of stuff now because Grumpy Bollocks next door, he's not into fun. He's into sort of making everyone just very serious. You must not have fun. You know, life is not about fun. So I haven't done any of that for quite some time. So this hasn't had any use either. But this, well, this is it. That's what they are. This is the two cars, and that's the reason they're on the shelf. But I've got some plans. I don't like to give out too many plans, but I've got some plans And at some point, don't know when, not going to say when, even if I did know, I wouldn't say, but at some point in the hopefully quite near future, I will be hopefully making some kind of drift track somewhere, and these cars are going to be in it. It's going to be mainly nitro drifting. I want to get some nitro drifters. That's my plan, but these are going to be drifting. These are going to be out there again, especially this one. Yeah, so there we go. They just sit on the shelf at the moment, gathering dust, because I like that kind of look. I like that kind of look. I mean, this one's got detachable bumpers and things like that, so I just cable tied them on. Tried to make it look as realistic as possible. This one's got the wing mirrors and the window wipers and the real dust as well. Very, very sought after real dust. So there we go. Couple of cars that live on the shelf. Anyway, I'm out of here for now. If you do want to win that Savage 25, enter the competition. I think you've got probably less than a week left now, probably about 4 or 5 days of the buy 2 get 1 free, buy 10 get 5 tickets free. Hopefully you can all cash in on that as much as possible, and catch you on the next one. Take care, all the best.